Now pay homage to the god of the rhyme. Treat you motherfucking rappers like it's clobbering time. Black version of Optimus Prime, with my product design. Serve the last person with a soldering iron. I'm leaving y'all intertwined and you caught in a bind. There's mad topics to find though when I'm on the grind. Till the cheers fade away and it's time to retire. I'm the pain in the ass that they hoping would die in a fire. Your shit is make believe, and when I'm busting, son, I play for keeps. And bums are nothing but a bunch of motherfucking waste of beasts. I'm a beast on stage or on a vacant street. Walk in a cypher and they bolt with that Jamaican speed. I knock them down and shake my peers with a lot of style on the ground, giving you faker tears than a crocodile. You niggas crack smoking, I'm only half joking. I'm Bane, you be the bat poking, get your back broken. I blast open and define ill. Shit that I drop, a waterboard inside lock won't break my mind's will. A spine chill in the face of divine skill. Try and kill, but I'm right at your face when I rise still. Down to light fires, start stabbing shit like Mike Myers. The knife rhymes so tight like I'm biting pliers. My desires, take it to poets, prophets, and criminals. When you can say what you want, long as you have principle. Cause crap's pitiful, they just following clones. I eat MCs whole, let you swallow the bones. Saddam and Capone, God only knows. My homegirls hold me down like I'm Barnaby Jones.
What's going on, everybody? It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News, and today, yes, this is the first day of the new year, so I'm gonna start it off right, and I'm gonna bring a new artist to the scene. Well, he's not actually new. He's been around in the Savannah hip-hop scene for quite some time, but his name is Dope Knife, real name Kedrick Mack. And more about Dope Knife. Dope Knife was born January the 17th, 1984, making him 32, almost 33. He's definitely a hip-hop artist, and his style ranges from conscious rap to progressive, and you also see like a rock star side in him as well. But also more about him as an artist, he's been recording music since 2002, and he has a good bit of content. I mean, a great bit of content. He probably has the most music as far as every other artist that I've covered so far. And the music that I'm gonna cover for today is Weekend at Brodie. That's an EP. It's only 4 tracks long. That's the EP that he dropped December of 2016, and he dropped another album, or really a LP out by Happy Thoughts LP that released earlier in 2016. I'll probably cover that at a different time, but today I just cover Weekend at Brodie's. And Weekend at Brodie's was actually recorded underneath Fake 4 Incorporation, that's based out of New Haven, Connecticut, but he also has his own independent label that's called Dope Sandwich Records and Tapes. And if you want to listen to his music, I will put every link that I've got from him by his manager in this link in the description, so you can check out all of his music. But let's get into it. Now, track number 1 on here is called Rome is Burning. That features Lingua Franca, and that track really introspective as hell. I mean, he's coming into it, which is a great intro, by the way, but he's coming into it just basically saying that he just can't take it. You know, basically what I get from this track is the pressures of the world that comes down on him and everybody else, and the pressure of the world will make you do things that's really unnatural. And he talks about some other issues on there as well, but the beat is like very classical. You wouldn't think that it's like a down south beat. From the feeling of that beat, I feel like it's like a northern, like a New York type beat. I mean, it's very classical, but he definitely rips it on this track as far as being lyrical. Definitely a dope track. Track number 2 on here is a track called Reality Bites. And Reality Bites, he's kind of reminiscing about some things like real life issues that people just get caught up in, and when they get caught up, it's like it's too late because you're already a slave to your materials. You're a slave to your bills, and you got to keep up with everything that's going on in life. And also about that track Reality Bites, he also said in one line, you could be up and great, and then a few hours later somebody calls you, says your aunt dies. And it kind of gives you like an up and down of the track, and more so about how life really sucks, and just how hard it is, and how things can change from good luck to bad luck. Track number 3 on here is called Sympathy for Mr. Wrong, and that track so far is probably one of the best, maybe my favorite track of them all on this EP. And this EP is short. It's only 4 tracks long. But track number 3, he starts off. Well, really, the guitar starts it off for the first 30 seconds. It's the guitar is playing real slow, and he starts off after the guitar is playing. He says, "First things first, fuck every artist that you heard of, because once you put a knife in a track, it's murder." Really aggressive with the intro. And this track is very introspective. He's talking about things with his life, more so just about him. And you get a rock star feeling from this track, like a rock and roll feeling from this track. And he also is talking about, like, just don't have pity for me. Even though I've done what I've done, I'm still going to be here, and I'm still going to pick up the pieces for myself. And the last track on here, track number 4, Fashionable Male. Goodness. It starts off like it's like an intro to a movie or something like that. You hear the drums in the background, and when he gets on the track, he rips it, lyrically. And what he's talking about on this track is just more so about, like, nobody can really, like, fuck with him, like, as an artist. And he definitely goes in on this monstrous beat. He's just basically, this is basically assault on the track. I'm not even lying to you. He's just really going in. He's very vicious about what he's talking about. And he really just, in this track, is just stating that why he feel like he's number one and underrated, in my opinion, in this track. And like I said, very dope track. Probably the hardest track on here, the last track, track number 4. And I feel like this is how you should exit every mixtape or every album or every EP, LP. You should exit it in this type of fashion, by the way Dope Knife exited this. Now, if I had to grade this artwork, I have to give it an A. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know some people that would really fuck with his music. Really would like this music. And not only that, but this music appeals to a bigger audience, unlike how the other artists that I covered so far. Some people only have limited content on what they talk about. Dope Knife, he goes all out. He ranges in different styles. He talks about different things on records. And like I said, I feel like I would know. I feel like I could reach out to people who would actually listen to him as an artist. And this EP, it's short, and it's the format that I like. Like I always said, keep it short and sweet. You don't have to put anything that's 20 tracks long, 18 tracks long. Keep it short and sweet, because like I said, the listener of hip hop doesn't have a long attention span. So I feel like he accomplished that well. And also, I feel like it has replay value. Me, I listen to every artist at least twice or 3 times, while I'm listening to their artwork, so I can get a better understanding of where they're coming from as an artist. And I've listened to Dope Knife, this EP, over and over, probably at least 3 times. I listen to each track at least 3 times. I will try to cover Happy Thoughts, the album that he released earlier in 2016. I probably will cover that a little bit later on. But he also has another EP coming out later on this year. Well, matter of fact, later on this month, January the 27th, 2017, he'll have a full-length self-produced album on Strange Famous Records. And I believe that one is called 1984. And I really like what he provides to the Savannah hip-hop scene. His content, it is very conscious. And like I said, many other rappers or artists that I covered isn't like him. He's really one of one. And when he releases his 1984 EP or album, that would be his 10th project that he ever released. That would be January the 27th of this year, as long as he's on time with the release. So he has pretty much the longest discography out of every other artist in Savannah, in my opinion, unless if I've covered somebody that I know nothing about. But yeah, I mean, this is Dope Knife. He's really a dope artist, very dope. And also, you can check him out for yourself. I will put every link in the description for his music, and I will try to put his link to his SoundCloud as well. But hopefully you guys enjoy. But that's all for right now. It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News, and I'm out.
These niggas talking shit, knowing knife is going through ya. My crew is dope sandwich, clan of Cobra Troopers. Hit your shooters, willing to blam like Joe Bazooka. You can't, there's no maneuver, get left in some sort of stupor. And just cause I don't rap about guns and rocks, don't mean I ain't grabbing my cock like fuck the cops. Nah, next thing you know, it'd be like, I'm shot. And I'll be on the ground like, yo, where the fuck's the cops? I'm sick, I'm a prick, and I run the spot. Tell your chick she's a bitch, then I punch and twat. I spit till my lungs pop, destroy you, make you spin around in the ground like B-boys do. Niggas fake, know when they shake, wanna say that they thug, can't show you the case, cause they suck. Flows disgrace me, I know if you snakes, turn you into Destro, put the chrome in your face like bam. Demon when I scream in the mic. Your girlfriend calls me cause you ain't beating